You have imposter syndrome because you don't know who you are yet. Hey babes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Dyme and we back at it again. However, I just wanted to do a video on this because I think it's time for the girlies to understand that we ain't got time to waste. Like, we outside with it. Like, we're actually, like, the time is now, okay? And so, let's just go ahead and chat about it. You have imposter syndrome. You think when you walk in the room that you need to scan and look at everybody else to see what they got on and what they doing, to see if you measure up, to see if you feel good about the competition in the room. You have imposter syndrome. When you start something, you're looking at, I'm not good enough. I don't really know if I am. Let me look at what they're doing and do it just like them, because then maybe that means it's right. And I'm not really sure if I belong here. So maybe I'm being very hard on myself and I'm not being kind to others. You have imposter syndrome. Let's talk about that. You know what's so crazy is that literally most of the time that the people who have imposter syndrome are the people who aren't even supposed to have it. It's the craziest thing. Like, it's been my finding that a lot of people who have imposter syndrome literally are absolutely amazing, but they are so paralyzed into fear that they are not going to be able to convey their ideas or not be respected in the way that they want, or not be able to reach their own personal pinnacle of success, that they feel like they don't belong there. I don't belong here. You know, maybe I should just go back to that 9 to 5 because I don't know how this is going to happen. Maybe, you know, this doesn't look good. Even me, like, even me, I have times of, like, imposter syndrome. And you know what I tell myself? Like, girl, if not you, then who? You can create your own reality. You're not always going to be right. You're not always going to be the best, but you got to start someplace. And that's what I'm here to tell you. You have imposter syndrome because you don't know who you are yet. You don't know who you are. Simple as that. Do you know how many people really wake up with the audacity in their heart to jump out and do things that they honestly can't even do? Have you ever seen American Idol? You see those people who cannot singing their heart out to be judged? Do you think that they stopped at their home before walking out the door, getting on their bus, or getting in their car, or getting on their bike to head to this place and said, maybe you shouldn't go? You're just not good enough. Do you think they did that? No. They took their non-singing asses up to that place, up on that shopping block, and sang for them people. Tone deaf and all. So who do you think you are to actually know how to do something, to actually have the ability to pull something off, to actually have the creativity, to actually have the work ethic, and say that you don't belong in a space? Because you don't know who you are. You are that person. You're that girl. You are where you should be. You are 100% supported and loved and backed by the biggest thing, your creator. Why you sitting on the couch again? Why you scared? Why you shaking in your boots again? What's the worst that can happen? A human tell you it's not good enough? All right, human. It was my personal best. You go to the lab, you do it again. What's the worst that can happen? You fail? You know, life is full of failures. However, how do you want to reframe that? Because for me, I feel like failure really is God saying, baby, I got something better. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's scratch those plans. I got something better. The greatest of greatest inventors, the greatest creatives, the greatest, you know, innovators had to have several different blueprints, several different plans, several different workflows until they got it right, until they actually said, oh, this the one. This finna take. I need you to not think that everything you do needs to be perfect right out the gate in order for you to be taken seriously, in order for you to be, you know, cared for, in order for you to be supported, in order for it to do what it's supposed to be doing a thing. Like, you don't need that. All you need to do is take the first step. Put them little Bambi feet one in front of the other. Start the thing, do the thing. Start the thing, do the thing. You don't know yourself. I need you to know God does not make mess. Nah, he makes some people who are messy. But you're not trash. You're not a fluke. You were not by accident. Do what you're supposed to do, girl. Jump out there, do what you're supposed to do, and understand that you do have the power, you have the smarts, you have the ability. Whatever you get wrong, you will get right. Whatever you fail in, you will succeed in. It's just a different mindset every single time. You're not an imposter, you belong here. You wouldn't have the thought if you wasn't supposed to be here. You wouldn't have the desire if you wasn't supposed to be here. And now before, don't do it. Don't do it. Well, why do I have negative? Don't do it, because I could give y'all a whole sermon right here. You know what I mean? Let's stay on task. You also have imposter syndrome because you're looking at what everybody else is doing. The number one thing that I've learned from personal development and getting to know myself is keep your eyes on your own paper, baby. Because as soon as you don't do that, as soon as you're looking at what everyone else is doing and trying to, okay, what does mine look like? What is your, all right. As soon as you try to go have the same aesthetic as someone else, do the same thing as someone else, have it in the same way they have it, that's when you messed up. Because now you're waiting on them to give you the play. And now you're waiting on them to validate you. And now you're waiting on other people to say that they like what that person does before you stop it. You are just as special, just as much of a trendsetter, just as much as an innovator as the next person you think is better than you. Why do you think they're better than you? Because you see a whole bunch of highlight reels and, you know, it looks like they're just living this. Yeah, empower to them and God bless them. However, their highlight reels will never begin to tell you where they had to start, what they had to do, what they had to go through, what they had to learn in order to even get to that perceived place of success with you on the outside looking in. Do not compare your greatness to anyone else's. We all are individual. We all have our own things. We all are blessed with the ability to be able to bring forth certain ideas and certain life-changing events so that this world can progress in the way that our Creator wants it to. Okay? And obviously we have free will, so make sure you're utilizing your free will to do good things. However, do not compare your greatness to anyone else. And I think the most comforting example I can give you is the bread one. Do you think when Sarah Lee was making her bread, she was worried about Wonder? No. And Wonder was wondering, okay? It was Wonder bread, okay? Sarah Lee, who was known for pastries, do you think she said, maybe I shouldn't come out with my own sliced white bread? No, Sarah Lee went ahead, put her branding on a plastic bag, and threw a loaf of bread up in that thing and put it on the shelf. You need to be doing the same thing. Add your bread, baby. Because you know how it's preference. Everything in this life is preferential after a while because we're not reinventing the wheel. So what makes you think that nobody's going to prefer you and the way you do it and the way you bring it and the way you smell and the way you look and the way you throw your hair over your shoulder when you're giving somebody the eye? How you know they don't prefer it the way you like it, the way you do? Do not count yourself out because you think that a lane has already been taken. You know what's going to differentiate you from anyone else, even if you're doing the absolute same thing, is going to be you, your personality. So keep that in mind. Keep being true to you. Keep being true to what your vision is and see your thing through. Love yourself enough and really value yourself enough and place importance on yourself enough to think that, hey, my ideas and my beliefs, they mean something. And I don't have to sit back because it's already been done. I can sit up and do it how I feel it should be done and do it in the way that I would do it. And I'm going to bring my clientele, my people, my supporters, the people who love me, the people who care about me, the people who are going to see this thing through and invest in it because they here for me. They ride for me. You are truly that important. Did you know? Like, you're so freaking important. Like, it's almost crazy. But the thing is that you can't look at anybody else and think that it's up to anyone else to help you feel important or up to anyone else to validate that importance. You got to know it yourself. Because one thing that I know is that nobody can talk you out of imposter syndrome. Nobody can say, you can do this, you can do this. They can. But when it's time to go out on that stage and you freeze up, you don't want them to have to push you out there. You want to be able to go and get it and do it scared and all, because you know you're worthy and you know you can, okay? Also, take personal inventory. What things do you do good? What things have you really said, you know, I do this well? And I know that there are other people who probably do this well, but I do this great. And I like the way in which I do what I do. And I think other people should know this. Take YouTube, for example. All of us are doing our own content, but a lot of the topics are similar. You watch who you watch because you like their personality. You don't subscribe to who you don't subscribe to because you don't. They didn't grab your attention. You are drawn in. You find your tribe. You find your things. It doesn't mean that it has to be different. So taking personal inventory and really figuring out the things that ring true to you, that you like about yourself, the things that you enjoy about you, the things that you put admiration on, strengths and weaknesses, knowing those things, focusing on some personal development, it helps. Because when you are feeling impostery, you can say, you've done the work. You know what you're good at. You know what you're working on. Nobody can try to play you because you already know what you're dealing with. You can say, oh, you belong here because you are worthy. Not for any reason at all, just for being yourself. You can say, yeah, you know this about yourself and you know that what they're saying isn't true. Or you know that that doesn't mean anything to you because you don't subscribe to that type of lifestyle. Once you know yourself and you've done a personal inventory, you won't be so worried about other people saying yay or nay to your beliefs, or yay or nay to your talents, or yay or nay to whether you should be there or not. A lot of the time they aren't even doing it. You're all in your head about imposing your ideas or your talents or what you would like to start or begin because you're doubting yourself. And that's why knowing that you're great, knowing that you're important, knowing that you have something to offer, knowing that God made you fearfully and wonderfully, it's very important when you know that, because then you can redirect those thoughts when you start feeling like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here and I don't have the best stuff and I don't have the bag. And another good way to even stop being an imposter all on your own, like curb your imposter syndrome, is to really start doing shadow work. Shadow work is basically when you go to a mirror. A lot of times, you know, people suggest when you're absolutely naked, but you go to a mirror and you really take yourself in. I know I can be disassociative. So when I'm not liking something ain't going right or whatever, that is my coping mechanism. That's how I keep myself safe, okay, child? Because people crazy out here. I gotta act like I ain't even here. But you can go to a mirror and really talk to that part of you that you feel uncomfortable about. Really reaffirm yourself and get to the bottom of those things. And I probably should do a video on how to do shadow work, but shadow work really brings you to the front with yourself. It brings you to the front with who you are, who's looking back at you. And once you are able to do shadow work and like what you see and those problem areas of your body that maybe you feel like, their legs are perfect, mine are not perfect. When you start looking at your legs in the mirror, you're saying you are a perfect leg because you're perfect for me. God gave me these legs. These legs work. These legs are brown. These legs show up for me every day. You touch yourself. You become actually like, you know, on point with the fact that they exist, and you're not disassociating, and you're not saying that something should be better or something isn't good enough about your body, about your person, about who you are. You can start to feel more like, I belong here because I'm a person and I exist because I'm worthy, and I'm worthy because God put me here, and God put me here because he loves me, and God put me here because it's for a reason. Okay, so any rooms that I go into with good intention and good heart space are rooms that I belong in, and nobody can put me out of motherfucking place. My mic is on. Okay? So if you are feeling like an imposter, if you are feeling like you don't belong in a place, if you are feeling like, oh no, I don't know, understand that that feeling might come back to you at different times of life. However, you rebuke that thing when you can. Okay? And when you can means all the time. Anytime you feel that negative feeling like, oh, you shouldn't be here. Oh, you shouldn't try this. Oh, the other people I'm running out of time. The other people are young and they're starting. I should have been started. Whenever you start doing that sort of thing, you redirect that thing and you say, right now is the time for me to be my best self, because everything that I was before has led me to this moment. I am right on time. I am here for a reason. My thoughts and feelings and abilities are valid. I am prepared to embark on my next journey. God loves me and has blessed me with talents to excel in whatever my heart truly desires. I am in sound heart and mind. I come with good intentions. Thus, good intentions will come to me. I am able. I am knowledgeable. I have the ability to learn. I have the ability to expand. I am perfect for this job. I am perfect for this position. Everything that I want that is with good intention and love and purity wants me back. I am perfect. The time is now. The time is my time. There is no better time than now for me to be my best self. I am on time for what I need to be on time for, and God will see that that happens, because there is nobody better for this job. This job is for me. I am special. I am worthy. I am cared for. I can do this. That's what you tell yourself, okay? We just went on a tangent, but I love going on a real good tangent, okay? Because I go on with them with myself. Sometimes when I'm in the car, I go on a nasty tangent, and I feel better after. So if you're ever feeling down in the dumps, play that, because we just went on a tangent. I swear it was not scripted. I really feel that. I feel like God gave it to me to get to you, okay? You are not an imposter. Imposter would mean no one knows you. God knew you before you even got here, okay? I'm an imposter. Who's this strange person? You ain't no stranger. The creator that makes the fish and the cows and the grass and the sky and the stars and every other thing in between also made you and knows who you are. The biggest celebrity known to existence know you. How could you be an imposter? Go out there and do your thing. Do your thing. Excel. Be great in it. Fall down. Get up. Put a little band-aid on your boo-boo. Keep it pushing. Okay? I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want you guys to put yourself in rooms that just speak to you, nudge you, make you feel great, but maybe you were just too scared to try. I want you to do that. I'm challenging you to do something beautiful this week, this month, this year. Owe it to yourself. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.